I don't know, we just went off the air there. I mean, I know it's not the batteries. I had batteries, but I guess I can use that as an opener, I guess. And we're also doing a check here. We're figuring out why it just went off. Some kind of red writing was on there. I don't know generally what that is all about, but I gotta set the tone here. I mean, I was just there talking. What the hell was I talking about? Like, oh yeah, parade. My whole thing, like, with the, oh yes, with, going over, I'm gonna re-rack here, because I gotta get into rhythm here right now. I turned it back on. I mean, I'm kind of early now, but, I don't know, maybe I'll end it, when I get the coffee. I mean, usually I like to, do the finale with the coffee. I guess we could still do that, I don't know, I like to be organized, I like, I said a few things because, I think, what I really want to do, like I was mentioning stuff like during the week about leader, like, I mean, who wants to lead, I mean, it's easy to keep silent about a lot of things, like, but, I mean, the more that we keep silent, the more, like, the people, they all of a sudden, I don't know, it's just, I mean, who would have think, like, we can't have a parade, I mean, it's just a sign of the times, but you gotta, are we on? Yes. But you gotta say to yourself, like, I mean, it's optics, like, I mean, then you got, like, all things, like, being raised and stuff like that, and, and you don't have any things. You don't even have a swimming pool. I mean, maybe they have one this year. I mean, I'm just using this because I know Vandenberg talks about stuff like that in the morning. I think he was talking about potholes the other day. I didn't mention that, but, talking about potholes and everything, and talk, and they got the Dicker guy. He talks about, like, Cuomo and stuff like that, and Melanie Burns. I don't know. I forget what she was talking about. I mean, occasionally, like, it was down my basement. There's a radio. When I turn the light on, they're just, like, talking. That's what I'm kind of into. I'm kind of into talking and, figuring out problems, because, eventually it's like, snowball. Like, you just have this, like, thing. Like, who's going to stop it? At what point? I mean, at what point do you say to yourself, well, let's prepare? Let's prepare. But, there's people that just don't care. Like, and that's fine, I know I'm sounding crazy here and everything, but, I mean, there's got to be somebody, like, like that just, like, that says, all right, everyone is just going at one another. All right. Something else has to be happening. If we're all distracted here, we're fighting over every little thing. And then there's other people that just check in on, to see if everyone's cracking up, like, that's why, people come over, oh, let me listen to this retard, let me listen to this jerk, he's going to talk about morals, he's going to talk about, like, thinking about the future and all that kind of stuff, like, screw that, man. I'm going to see a band, and I'm going to hang, with my crowd, stuff like that, and, I'm going to get my bike, stuff like that, and go parties, all that kind of stuff, like that commercial, like years ago growing up, got the cops down here. No parade, though. I mean, maybe I could see. We have to find people that can do stuff, like, I mean, like, community, like, togetherness, like, I mean, they keep on talking about this. They use this to get elected. They use this, to get, their things passed and all this kind of stuff, They use, like Jason was talking about it, is like, they prey on the weak, they prey on the people that are distracted, like, that have issues, And the thing is, they probably don't have issues if they just, like, take off the chains a little bit, like, take off the chains. Yes, I don't like this one, man. Well, I don't know what happened. I really don't know, Twinkles. I mean, is Gary up there? Yeah, bro. Well, it is the weekend. Well, Gary, there's a cat here on the road here, man. I mean, let's, concentrate on little things. He can't even, he's trying to get over the hump here, like, poor little cat, on the snowbank. Meanwhile, there's people in houses, like, looking on pages, sharing it, going, her. I mean, that's what I was thinking about. I mean, what's the sense anymore? What's the sense of putting stuff up? What's the sense of talking to people about stuff? They're going to do whatever they want to do anyway, I mean, I'm not, excused from it, I mean, there's something, like when I heard, a few things, and, and I observe, like, you hear a few things, like, and I know why they're doing it, like, I mean, I was the greatest manipulator there ever was growing up, I was a kid and everything, I knew how to get my own way, I knew how to manipulate all that kind of stuff. I don't do it anymore. It's totally opposite. Now I'm trying to be like I don't know, cautious, decent, like, and logical. And I get thrown out of town, like, get thrown out of town. I mean, it's like, no, let us fight amongst ourselves. You go, Grandma. We enjoy fighting. Alright, now, alright, so we're situated here at the timer. Alright, we're at 7-Eleven, I think. 7-Eleven, I assume. Yep, about 7:16 now. I have no idea why it shut off, because I get into a rhythm. I mean, like I said, like, the light is on, and you just go, and then it just shut off, and I'm like, well, where am I here? Because we got nothing written down. I guess my show was supposed to be about something yesterday that I thought of, and now I just, like, I'm drawing a blank. I mean, it was something, if I could just get, like, the first few lines in it. And yes, it's important to write shit down, but I don't know, I just don't. I don't really write it down. Maybe, I don't write it on my hand or write it on, if you can't remember it, then it's not important, is my point.